Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
that it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.
that it's my
It's
time.
my
Well, hello
time.
to my Born Forth family. This is Dr. Antwan Butler, and we are back for another episode of Born Forth. That's right. You may not have been born in it, you may not have been born with it, but you were born for it. Listen, I'm super excited to be back with you again one more time, to be in the lab to bring you some inspiration, right? I am excited to talk to you today because I think I have some information that's going to be a game changer. Listen, you watch this YouTube channel because I believe some of you were just like me, right? You believe that there's a deeper sense of meaning. There's a deeper sense of purpose in your life. You just need somebody to inspire you. You just need somebody to help you bring it out. And that's why this YouTube channel was created, right? So I want to give you 2 words, right? In 7 minutes. I only got you for 7 minutes. I want to get you 2 words. I don't get too deep because I want it to stick in your Noah, right? So you can know that this information is going to change your life. I want you to write this down. I want you to write down these 2 words. What now? Yes. Like, what now? So I know some of y'all have been like me and my wife, man. I'm telling you, man, we have been into these Olympics. I don't think we've ever been into the Olympics before, but we've been watching highlights of the Olympics, watching to see what they're doing in the US, in China, Russia, Japan. And it's just so interesting to see the rest of the world are catching up to us in stuff like basketball, right? And swim and tennis and all these types of things. But it has been interesting to watch people overcome adversity, right? People put their whole lives into something, and right then they take center stage in front of millions of television screens for the world to watch, to see whether they're going to succeed, whether they're going to fail. But I want to bring to your attention one significant moment in time. Y'all already know what I'm going to talk about. The 4x100. The 4x100 mixed gender race. The USA won not too long ago, right? We had our fastest males and females mixed together for the 4x100 relay, right? And they raced against some of the world's greatest sprinters, and they won, right? But you know the story. You've already heard it. The USA was disqualified. Why were they disqualified? Because of one of their sprinters who had been training all of her life. She got outside of the zone on a baton pass, right? She didn't mean to do it. She didn't even know that she did it when she was racing, but it was the judge's watchful eye that had took notice that she had broken the rules. And right after the race was over, they let this young lady know that you need to go back and look at the camera, because even though you guys are salivating, getting ready to think about you embracing the gold medal, you've been disqualified. And all of that training, all of that hard work, all of that preparation for the past 4 years has gone down the drain. I was watching this with my wife, and all type of mixed emotions was happening to me. I was thinking about how just in a matter of seconds, right, everything that you work for can go down the drain. One bad decision, like just literally inches, can be the determining factor between success and failure. Inches, right, can be the determining factor between gold and going home, right? It only takes one little incident, and everything that you've been preparing for goes out the window. And I saw the disgust on this young lady's face and her team trying to keep their poise and composure because they are professional athletes. And I just couldn't get this event off of my mind. And I was thinking about you, my Born Forth family, and I was thinking about how this applies to our life, because I know that you've been in situations before where one bad decision, right, one awkward moment, right? One mishandling of money or a relationship set you back, and some people have never recovered. And we can go back and talk about all of the reasons that this team was disqualified, and we can talk about all the things that this young lady could have done, right? She could have looked down to make sure that the baton pass was in the zone, right? She could have dealt with her anxiety. She could have been calm and patient in the moment. We can talk about all the things that she could have done. And hindsight is always 2020. We all have our own fears and our own anxieties. But I want to talk to those people who are like this young lady, right? Maybe you had the baton passed to you for a business opportunity, a relationship opportunity, a job opportunity, right? It was your moment to shine, right? And you missed the baton pass. Right, there were some things that happened in the middle of your race that caused you to be disqualified, and some of the things you were aware of, and some of the things that you weren't. I want to talk to the person that's listening to me that says, I'm sitting on the sideline, crying to myself and asking myself, how could I miss this moment? It's never going to come around again. Listen, I want to talk to you today. I want to talk to those of you all who's thinking, Dr. Butler, what now? I've missed the baton. I've disqualified myself, and everybody was counting on me, and now all of the eyes in my family are looking at me, calling me a failure, right? They're pointing the finger at me and saying, you're the reason why we don't have, you're the reason why we aren't successful. You're the reason why we don't have the house. You're the reason why our family doesn't have the cars. You're the reason why we don't have the opportunities, because you messed up. What now? Listen, I want to give you 3 F's, because I believe that God is a God of not a first and a second chance. He's the God of another chance. I want to give you 3 F's, and I want you to write these down. Listen, the first thing you got to do, baby, you got to forgive yourself. Oh, I'm telling you, those of you all who work in my field in social services, they'll tell you that relapse is a part of recovery. You don't learn to grow unless you mess up, right? You learn adversity through challenges, right? There are hills and valleys on the way to the mountaintop, right? So there are situations in our life where we just mess up, and we got to forgive ourselves. We didn't mean to do it, right? We didn't know it was going to happen, but it happened anyway, and we gotta forgive ourselves. We want everybody else to forgive us and forget that moment, but we haven't forgiven ourselves. First, you gotta forgive yourself and say, you know what? I messed up, but so what? I'm gonna take a licking and keep on ticking. If I can look up, baby, I can get up. You got to forgive yourself. Listen, number 2, you have to find a way to get back in the game, whatever your game was. Maybe it was the business plan, right? And you ran out of money. And you didn't have the clients and the resources that you thought. Maybe you want to get ready to go back to school. The pandemic happened, right? It threw you off course. Things didn't go according to plan. The relationship that you were pursuing, right? It got off kilter. Like, it threw you off emotionally. Baby, you got to find a way to get back in the game, right? Because if you don't, then you're going to give way. You're going to give way to the 3 F's, right? Either you're going to take flight, you're going to fight, or you're going to freeze. Pastor, make that practical to me. That simply means that you'll take flight. That means you'll run away from this issue, from this problem, from this situation. If you run away from this one, you'll run away from the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And if you don't take flight, maybe you'll fight against the people who's trying to help you. And everybody who is considered your friends, who are trying to console you in this moment and really trying to get you back into the game, you've become adversarial against them because of the deep-rooted hurt, right? So you don't want to take flight. You don't want to fight those who've come into your circle to restore you. And thirdly, you don't want to freeze, right? That is just to do nothing. There are some people who have just become frozen in their life. Ever since you lost that business, you ain't never been the same. You've lost your pursuit, and you've lost your passion and your taste and thirst for life. Oh no, you got to find a way to get back into the game, because the game needs you. There's nobody who can do what you do. And third, but not least, my favorite, baby, you got to finish what you started. You have put too much time, too much effort, too much resources in getting it done. Those professional sprinters have spent all their lives for a 1-minute performance. all their lives for a 2-minute performance, all their lives in preparation of they discipline their body, giving up foods that they want to eat, places that they wanted to go, right? They had to spend time running and practicing and training and listening to advisors and being in the right environment, right? And they've spent all that time for their greatest investment, which is them, right? So even though you messed up, even though you got disqualified, life is not over. I need you to finish what you started. And if those Olympic athletes could hear this video today, young lady, if you're listening to me today, and I don't want to call you by name, we know who you are. If you're listening to me, I want to tell you, if you can look up, you can get up. I believe that you can finish what you started. We want to see you again in the next 4 years. Faster, stronger, better, and more disciplined. I believe that you are an unstoppable force in the earth realm. And I believe that I'll see you on the other side of success. Y'all be blessed.